Hi, welcome back. As you can see, I've got my embellishments that I've made so far to go in my journal that I'm working on. And these are from stamps that I've colored. And then this is actually a little cutout from the paper, the Heartfelt Creations under the sea paper. It's a little tiny piece that was in with some other card fronts, and I just thought it was cute. So poked a couple of holes and I put some glossy accents on it, and I will see what I can use it on in my journal. Now these other fish, I watercolored to start with, and I used some colored pencil and some stickles, and this big conch shell I had done previously, and it was drying when I was doing the other ones, but I put glossy accents on the pink part. And what I'm thinking about doing with this is actually using it as a corner pocket inside my journal on a page, and maybe slitting this open and using that as the actual pocket. I thought that might be cute, so we'll see where that goes. Now, I want to work on the cover some more. So let me move these aside, and here's the cover. And one thing I have to be sure is that I'm working on it right side up. Let me pull this back just a little so you can see more. I have this much done. This is the bottom, just so you know, because that's the way it looks on the inside. So I'm just flipping it over. So the top is towards you and the bottom is towards me. And I like the way it is right now, and I'm not going to do any more to it until after I figure out where I might want to put some of my fish for accents. And what I was thinking about doing was maybe cutting slits and trying to put some of the fish to look like they're swimming behind the coral. So I'd have to pull the coral forward and then put it back over the fish. I thought that might be one way of doing it. I guess I'm not going to know unless I start. So I guess I could do it up here. And I have decided that I do want my fish all swimming I don't want any belly up fish when I'm looking at my journal. So I am going to keep them all in a correct position for when the book is laying. So I'm thinking this fish can be swimming through this coral. And I wanted to use the seahorse on the front too, I think. And I may have him like bouncing on that piece of coral. And then I have a couple of more really cute fish. And I might just put, I'm thinking this one, I may just put like right, I don't know. I think maybe right there. And I know it's not a very big journal, so there's not a lot of, the more I put on it, just the fuller it's going to get. So I think I'm going to do that. Take these off of here. I have a glass tile because I can't find my small cutting mat, which is the story of my life. It seems like whenever I want to use something that I don't use very often, I can't remember where the last place was I put it. So I'm going to put this glass tile under there. And I think that it would be cute if this fish was kind of swimming down around this piece of coral. And I don't know, maybe up high enough that some of its tail is also on the flap. So I think what I need to do, I may have to fold the fish a little to get it through, but we'll see. I'm not sure how this is going to work either. I may have to go in and tape some of this back together. I should have waited to line the inside of the pocket. But then I wasn't planning on any of this. So we'll see. Let's just see how it goes. So I'm just going to take, this is a craft knife. I've had it for a while. I got this at Paper Wishes. I don't know, I may wish that I was using a ruler. Oh, that's through. And then I think I'm going to do this one here. Okay. And then I'll put my finger in here and see if we got all the way through. And I think I did. Seems like I did. Let me see. I think I have a flat stick in here somewhere. No, maybe not. Oh, I know. I've got my handy dandy palette knife. So that side's open. Let me push down. See, yeah, that side's open too. I just didn't open it quite as far. So let's see. I think I have to open this a little bit wider. Okay. Now let me, here we go, fold the fin down. Try not to pull everything apart as I do this. Put this knife back up through there. There we go. Because then it can, let's see, is that going to fit? No, that's not going to fit. Still not long enough. I know, I could just detach this whole piece of coral and jerry rig it back together, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep it so it's connected, because I'm thinking I would have a lot more trouble if I disconnect it. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Okay, there he is, swimming under the coral, maybe. Yep, there he goes. There he goes. Yay. Okay, let me pull his little fins forward so he's got finnage here. Yep. Let me unfold this fin. And then there's his back fin. Of course, now he's got a, there. Okay, just have to glue him down. Make sure that doesn't. Okay. Now, as you can tell, I cut all the way around this and I didn't leave any border. But this one I left some of the watercolor paper on. And I don't know how well that's going to work. Well, I can glue it down and then I can make it blend in a little bit better. So I think I'm going to just try to do something with that, because I want this seahorse's tail to be wrapping around this piece of coral, as I think seahorses are wont to do. Okay, that side is open. Yeah, that side's open too. Okay, slide this This is going to be hard for me as far as flexibility goes. Let me take the tile out. And let's see. Hopefully I'm in frame enough that you can see this. Okay. So there's that. So then I just have to hook his tail through there. Let's see. I don't know. Do things the hard way. Let me see if that left it up enough. Right now I'm just trying not to rip his little tail because his tail is very flimsy. Because I did cut right down on it. Probably should have waited to do that until after I had it in. Of course I could use a pair of pliers too. But that would mean I would have to find them. The car just drove by out on the street, so the dogs who have never heard cars before are now going to bark. And if I wasn't using both my hands right now, okay, pretty cool. Okay, and that's the way that looks. And then I'm going to put one back here, but I don't think he's not gonna get cut in. I'm just going to glue that one on. So I'm going to use some of my Aleene's Fast Tack glue to glue these down because this is cardstock. It's not just thin paper. And I find that with cardstock being heavier, it generally takes a lot for the Mod Podge to adhere it down well. So I'm going to put glue. I'm going to try to put glue all over it without getting it all over me. And then I will put a coating of Mod Podge over the whole thing after I get everything glued down well. Okay, there's that. And I want my little fishy to be maybe turning around and going back towards the top, perhaps. Got a little bit of a swirl. Little baby wipe to take the glue off my fingers. And then some, oops. Now I've got, there. Don't want anything on top. I don't want any tissue on top of my fish. That would not be good. Okay, let's let him sit there. And then I will take this, and I'm just going to put this forward and try to make sure I hit all the edges with this glue. Especially his long skinny snout. Try not to get too much glue around the cut openings because I don't want to glue the pocket together after all the effort I made to create the pocket. Okay, there's the seahorse. Top of him anyway. Okay. And I just have to get his tail down. Okay. I might even use this little spatula for that, just to press it, getting it all over my hands. I think I need a little more on that swirl. Okay. Give it a chance to bond. And then I will move on to the fish. I'll put his head down first. Maybe this top fin. Okay. And let's see, I want that fin to stay on this side of the coral. Let's set that down. Baby wipe. I'm trying not to wipe over those fish with a baby wipe because I don't have Mod Podge on there, and I don't want to bring the color back up. Okay, and try to get all these fancy fin edges. Some of these are pretty tiny too. I know I've got way too much glue on some of it, but it will, I hope, all spread out and be fine. Okay. The other paper towel. And, oops, come on. Okay. I'll go back and I'm gonna like shadow these fish to make them stand out a little bit, and kind of pull them away from the background. Maybe add some more sparkle. Make sure it stays down around this fold too. Make sure that has lots of time to dry before I go bending it. Okay. All right, well, there are the fish. I only have the one fish on the back, but I think that's plenty. I made this little seahorse too. I stamped him in gold, and he's got some platinum stickles and some glossy accents for his eye. I think he came out kind of cute. But he's going to be a insert inside the journal. And I have this cute pink and orange fish too that I think I'm going to use inside the journal instead of on the journal, because these three fish are similar. And if I was going to do all contrasting, then this fish would be good. But I figure for the cover, I may just leave it so that it harmonizes. All right, so I'm going to let this set a little bit, and I have to figure out what else I want to do to these fish now that they're attached to the journal. So I will Okay, I think I'm going to use my green Pitt pen again, and I started it with this little fish, and I'm going to fast forward and just add some stuff, and I'll see you on the next part. Okay, well, I've been sitting here playing with my stuff, trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my journal. And I thought I would just show a quick clip of how much space I'm working in, which is down here. Let's see if I can widen it out just a little. There we go. And how much stuff and what a mess I have. So I don't know if you can see, but I actually took some of my heartfelt creations, this grouping right here, and I used my die, which I've lost in the shuffle, and cut out one group of those, and I've colored them, and I want to use them on the corner, I think, on the corner in my journal, maybe somewhere in the front here and maybe a few back here. Now I've also got out my Neo colors, and these are in a water pen. And then I'm also working, the pencils down here are my woodless Kohinoor, which I love. I mean, if you have never tried one of these woodless colored pencils, I mean, you can feel the weight of these pencils, and they color so beautifully. I think they're my new all-time favorite over my Prismacolors and everything else, especially the newer Prismacolors. I've also pulled out some Pearl X pigments and that I haven't used yet. I'm not sure what I would use them for, but they're in reserve. And I've also pulled out a bunch of stickles and some gems. So I'm playing. I will come back and show you either when I hit something that I think maybe you'd like to see, or when I finally have an idea of how I want to put all of these little lovelies on my journal. Okay, well, I've finished this. I got on a roll and I just went right on through. I decided, with all the fish in it and the ocean kind of bubbles and themes, that In the Swim came to mind. And it makes kind of a cute journal cover. I like it. I did add some glossy accents, and I did do a little bit more white accent. And this is sprayed with workable fixative. It's not my decoupage, at least not yet. I may still do it, but just in case you're wondering, it is matte. It's just for some reason I always have a heavy, like, glossy shine on it, even though it says it's matte. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's okay. I like it. So let me pick it up a little bit. I got a little carried away with the white ring around the seahorse's eye. I'm sorry for any glare, but I like it. I think it came out pretty cute. I had fun making it, and I guess that's all that matters. I like the fish. I like the coral, some of it. At first I wasn't so thrilled with the coral, but it grew on me. So I hope that you like it, that maybe it gave you an idea of using some under the sea stamps or some paints and creating something that you feel. But I really appreciate you joining me. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you have a very colorful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.